Hey everybody, so today I was going to make an upbeat and happy video, but then I decided to change it at last minute. I'm in my hood because it's a dark video, I guess you could call it, and a lot of you guys are probably going to think I'm weird after I make this video, but I was on YouTube and I was browsing through a lot of things, and one thing came upon me, and this thing was, what would happen if one person died out of like a YouTube family, which what do I mean is what would happen, let's just say if Dan died, what would happen to Phil? Or if Phil died, what would happen to what would happen to Dan? And so I came up with some scenarios that would happen to them. So here, I guess, is scenario number one, where if Phil died, what would Dan do? So what I think Dan would do if Phil died would probably sit in the corner and not come out of his house for a week, and we probably wouldn't know that Phil died, and we would all be like, why is Dan not on Twitter? Why is he okay? Why is Phil not posting anything? And we're all like the fandom's probably gonna be so confused and stuff. But if Phil did pass away, I don't think Dan would handle it quite well, only because it's his best friend, and half of more than half of the fandom know that fan is real, like, duh. Um, and I think that it would be very sad and depressing for Dan, and everybody would be sad and depressed for Dan because Dan is the best, I think, and we all want Dan to be happy, and it's just kind of sad um, if Phil died, and I don't think Dan would be able to continue his YouTube channel if Phil died, so that would probably be the end of Fan, and we would all be supporting them. If Phil died, that would be sad, but the sadder part is, what would Phil do if Dan died? And if Dan died, I feel like 90% of the fandom would be devastated, because without Dan, who's there to relate to? Like, Phil is relatable, but Dan helps us out with existential crisis and stuff. So I don't know who would be there to help us out. Um, but if Dan died, Phil would probably be pretty heartbroken. Um, Phil probably probably would keep us updated. He's pretty on top with that. I feel like Phil would say in a video, "Hey guys, just got some tragic news," and then he probably wouldn't be able to talk, and then he would probably say, "Dan just passed away a few hours ago, or yesterday, or a day ago, or something along the lines of that." Um, and he would make a whole video on how great Dan was. Yeah. He would probably reach out to the fandom and help us out. Phil would probably, like I said, he probably would stop YouTube. But he might not, because he doesn't want to keep the subscribers in suspense or whatever. Um, he seems pretty on top with that. Um, yeah. Uh, I think it would definitely probably be the end of their gaming channel if one of them died. So, yeah, it would probably be very tragic for the fandom, definitely. And yeah. if both of them, well, not if both of them, but if it so happens that one of them does pass away, um, what what I think they would both do would shut down the gaming channel, would make probably make the best out of what they had and remember the good memories, and they would probably finally let us know if fan was real. And I'm trying to let this be lightened up a little bit with fan, but I know I just put a deep content into your minds, and it's actually very hard to talk about because if you know me really well, like all my friends do, they know that I'm obsessed with Dan and Phil, and I don't stop talking about them. And in my acting class, we have a question of the day, and it's mostly like, if you could meet anyone, who would it be? If you could be on a talk show with anyone in the world, who would it be? And I always would say Dan and Phil. It's the point where my friends actually yelled at me for it. Yeah. It's, I guess what I'm trying to say is that no matter what's gonna happen to you guys, um, just remember that you will always get through the tough times, and that's what Dan and Phil would do if one of them passed away, and I know that's what we need to do. Um, I can't believe how dark this video got pretty fast. Um, yeah. Well, I'll see you guys next video. Peace out. Bye. One thing I want to add to this video is I am sick and I'm not posting a singing video for another week. I have a cold and my throat hurts. So if I'm better in a week, I will definitely post a singing video. If I'm not going to post a singing video quite yet. I'll let you know later on this week, and I really hope you liked this video. I know it was from the darker side of me, I guess, but yeah, this video actually meant a lot to me. It made me realize how we should worship life and how we shouldn't take things for granted. Like, what would you do if your favorite person in the world, like your best friend or a family member, has just passed away? What would you do? Some of you care way too much about what would you do if they passed away. Leave it in the comments, please. Definitely give this video a thumbs up and share it to Dan and Phil because I do want them to see this and get their opinion on it. I know that sounds a little corny, but I really do want to do that. And subscribe to my channel because I'm going to start talking more about Dan and Phil, and I'm going to start doing more videos on a daily, no, on a weekly, probably not a daily. Please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe, comment. Peace out. Love you guys. Bye.